Let's do something crazy, 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 crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so in the last session, what we have done? Just a second. Okay, full voice making thing. Okay, so what we have been done in the last session, just recoming, just doing my setup, daily setup. Okay, so I need to this thing to be attached with this here. Just a few minutes I will be needed because it will help to. Okay, yeah. So I think audio will be fine. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, I need to pull this little more. Yeah, I think now the audio will be great. In the last session, what we have done, we have been practice. In the last session, we have been practice. What we have practiced in the last session, we have practiced array, string, object, and some basics closures. Yellow closures. Now let move further and master the JS JS programming. So today has been okay. So before that, let's check me my does we are live properly or not. We can see, yeah, we have gone the live properly. Let's just see, we are okay. So we are live properly and we are ready to move forward. Let's elevate your JavaScript skills to master the level. Based on your previous work with array, string, object, and the basic closures, we will now tackle advanced concept with using this keyword. Okay, this is the this keywords enter, which means we will be mostly go with oops concept, because here enters this. Let's see, we have in the JavaScript we have basically two this different this. So one is the oops and one is for the objects. This keyword provide keyword prototypes across synchronous JavaScript and la la la. What is the 8 master level practice program to grade between the batch intermediate and expert. Okay, so we are now on the intermediate part. So let's see. Advanced closures memorizer. Create a function memorize and that takes a heavy computation function and returns a cached version of its subsequent calls with the same argument must return the cached result instead of calculating. Oh, this is a little tougher than I thought. Let's increase our sense. Okay, so okay, can you give me some input and expected output of the above questions, like we got in lead code, because at the end we will be practicing through the lead code only. Okay, so here we got a memorizer function. Memorize function. Okay, actually we got the solution also, I think so, maybe not. Let's see. uh, so let's start this. What is the issue? So here we are. Let's see what is it. Okay, what was the question? Basically, okay, currying engine. Last time we have done the currying engine and deep clone also. Okay, so this was not okay, memorize the question. Let's first copy this and paste here. Okay, so this was our question. Okay, memorizer. create functions, memorize, take a heavy computations function and return a cached version of it. Subsequent calls with the same arguments must return the cached result instead of recalculating. Okay, so after reading this heavy things like heavy computations functions and returns cached version, these are making the too much complexity. But let's go step by step. We have to create a function, right? So let's create a function. Memos, we have been created a functions. In that functions take a heavy computational functions. We have to take functions inside. Okay, so we are taking a functions. Let's call this console.log memoz. Okay, in that we have to pass a functions. Let's pass a functions. For now, like this, we have been passed fat arrow functions. So what happen? Let's take a heavy computations functions and returns a cache version of it. Return functions that return a cache version of it. This is little confusing. What does this mean? And, let's move forward. Subsequent function with the same argument must return the cached result instead of recalculating. Okay, it should not be okay recalculating. We just have to use the return. Okay, so this is the function that we have been passing and it will be okay. So okay, what does this mean? Let's functions return a cache version of it. Let's google it. What does this sentence mean in programming? Okay, wait. So what does this mean? Okay, you have to not on a new page. We have to just in the programming, caching is a function. Caching a function, also known as a memoization, means saving a function results in a memory which when the function is called later with the exact input, it returns the same result instead of doing heavy computing calculations. Okay, check the cache wrapper function. First look into temporary memory store like a dictionary or object. Cache it. If it finds a previous saved result for your exact parameter, it returns it instantly. Cache miss. If it doesn't fit the result, it returns the original function save newly calculated. Okay, let's just return. Okay, uh, uh, let's see. Let's return like for now return 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, so we have been returned this thing and return function like this. We have been function has been called. Okay, so answer will be 3 into 5. Okay, what is the issue? Okay, we didn't return that. Okay, so actually this is the here and this is here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it has been returned. So like this, I think like this is like see the how the input and export square. Okay, so memorize effect, heavy functions and sequential call. Okay, memorized has been called a square thing. So this is also an example of write this. Let's just cross verify. Does this can be a example of the this can be example of the memos function, memos question. Let's just ask him. I think so this is an example. No, this is not an example of a memory cell. Your code snippet executes the function immediately and returns the value without saving or caching it. Okay, we have to do saving or caching. So we have to see that how we can do a saving or a caching. Why this is not a memorization? No memory storage. Okay, we have been noted. There is a no cache like object or a dictionary to save the result. Okay, so no calculation skipped. If you call the code twice, it will calculate 3 times both times. Okay, let's take the uh, our input and output more seriously and understand how it will be done. So see, how we can do is a heavy function. Okay, so here input functions and a sequential call. So okay. So let's understand the question first of all. We need to understand them. Okay, just let me set up my place so I can understand this. Memo is okay. Input a function, heavy functions. So we got a heavy function like a const sqr square equals to n. We got this is a, and this is an arrow functions which console.log computed, okay, and which will return n into n, okay, which we const memoized square square equals to memo's function. In that we have been passed a square. So okay, they have been given a example memoized square square square, in which we have been taken a 4. Okay, memoize is not a function. Okay, so this is the functions input thing that we got, and in that, so now we have to just call this memoized. Okay, in that we have been 4. Okay, so this is the return answer. So same input, output side effect log compute returns 4, does not log compute, same input. Okay, 4, if it does not compute, return 16 from the cache. Okay, so here we got a questions thing, and we have to write a memoize function there. So let's see how we can do this. Let's just have a glimpse of it, how we can do this here. We have a memoize function, okay, const square n equals to console.log computed, okay, return n into n. So this is our heavy computing functions which should not work in this. So let's see how we can do this. Okay, let me think. We are having this question, okay, they has does we have to use given some hint or what? This includes this keyword prototypes asynchronous JavaScript. Okay, this is the advanced closure and scope. Okay, so let's first of all see what does we got in the function. Okay, func function. Okay, first of all we are getting this error in the main.js only. So yeah, because okay, this is the thing we are getting. Okay, is not a function, right? So I think it should be return a function first of all. Okay, just let's see, does we are getting the same error? Okay, function square, it has a function square, right? So we are getting a value here. So let's see just value, and let's console.log some value. Okay, we got a 4, right? This is the example of a closure, so we have to understand how this we will be doing. Okay, so we are getting a function, we got a value here. In this we will be performing square. We got the value 4, right? Okay, we got a value 4, which we will be return v. Okay, it will be not return v. Let ans equals to v, and then we will be return ans like this. Okay, it's not working. Why? Subsequent calls with the same arguments must return the cached result instead of recalculating. Okay, so what we can do here, let's just try this scene. Function memorize functions return square n. Okay, it is a console.log computed. Okay, return n into n square. So in the n square we will getting the square value is a 4. So in that 4 we are passing. Okay, let's just see what we are. Okay, if we 4, so it will remove the compute it and returns 16, not 4. Okay, this is the 4. This is actually a square, written 4 we got. Okay, let's see console.log n, not nv. So we are getting the square value, right? 4, but it should compute, right? So this is a square. If we got this a function console.log, let's just decode it and understand how we will be solving this. So we are getting a function square, right? So if we call this function, and if we call this just function, what we can get is not like this. Okay, we got a function, we have called it. Okay, so what we got computed nan. Okay, in that we have to pass the value, right? We are getting a value, so what we can get? Okay, computed array v is not defined. Okay, we can't define the thing, so let's just see. We got a function, here we got the value, so now we will be calling this function inside the closure, right? So and here we will be let ans equals to, and we will pass this v here. After that we will be consoling. Okay, instead of consoling, let return. I think it will be now compute and answer. Okay, it's just to return the answer. Why? Let's just see console.log ans. Oh, okay, what? Okay, I just clicked on the wrong button. Yeah, you can see computed and 16. So let's just instead of console.log, what because if we return, so it will just print this and return. We are not getting the actual thing, so we have to wait. I think this is also rather than answer, if we return this function, so does this work?